Hi everyone, this is Jessica with Whispers of Grace. I am here today because as I was doing the mid-month readings, I was talking about a ritual that I had learned that I performed last night, and normally I won't get too much into rituals. I just more set my intentions, but I think it's coming to that place where I need to claim my own personal power. And the fact that everything is of love and light and I'm comfortable doing it because it's for the highest good of all, I didn't have any problems doing it. So a couple of people were asking about it, so I figured I would share, and I just want to share my experience with it as well. So with Venus retrograde in effect, has really, let's say, testing me about, picking up my dog, getting the last of my stuff. And, it's been this whole ordeal, and it's been really petty, like just straight acting like I don't exist, right? And of course, once you've been ignored so many times, and especially when you're really not at fault for this situation, um, it was just very fucking petty. So, of course, after time goes on, because he told me he wanted me to give him enough heads up when I come to get my things and whatever the case may be, I was trying to give him like 2 weeks to prepare. And it took him four, 4 days to get back to me. And it was just like, listen, I need to know what's up. And so he finally called, and we got everything settled. But like, it was one of those things. I'll go through these processes, and again, this is me being vulnerable with you guys. I usually don't like to talk about my personal stuff, but this is what it is, and y'all want to know, so I'm giving you a little backstory. I have been fine 4 months, right? Like, there'll be so much time in between where I don't even think about him. Sometimes I can think about him when I'm on my own terms, and I can think about it without getting upset or, feeling disappointed or anything like that. Full acceptance mode. But I couldn't figure out why any time that I actually had to interact or be around him for any reason, it was like this overwhelming sensation. I've had my fears about him having attachments, um, very negative ones, because he changed very quickly, and I don't like to think that that is his normal, because I believe it's not. But what can I do? I tried to get him to understand, and he didn't want to listen. So that's on him. Um, all I can do is pray and do whatever I can to make sure that from my end that I'm energetically supporting him as much as possible. And whether it does or does not, but I always make sure that I never put any ill will towards him. And um, but it did make me think, especially with Venus going retrograde, a lot of the matters of the heart, things that we have not released, things that, um, you know, no matter how many cutting of the cords I've done. I mean, I've done so many guided meditations, I've done so many intention letters, I've done everything I could possibly do that I know to do. And even when I call in Archangel Michael, like, as many times as he tries to sever the cord, he has to cut through multiple times in order to do it. Well, I guess there are so many attachments between us that I never really got through all of them. And so when I went to the store yesterday, and this is one of my favorite little metaphysical stores, the lady, I felt really compelled. I'm like, listen, do you have anything to cut the cords? And she's like, yeah, that's been coming up a lot. And I was like, she goes, I don't know really like what you're into. And I was like, listen, I'll try anything at this point, because I just need to quit feeling like I don't know what I need to do, but I need to cut this cord. I'm ready to release this, like, for good. I don't want this anymore. And so she told me about this ritual. Super simple. um, well, I'm hoping that it will go easier on y'all than it did me, because I will show you pictures. Like, we we did. We took evidence of everything that was happening. So here it goes. This is my experience with cutting cords ritual. So what she advised me to do was to get, and of course, I don't think I have any more. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So I have no idea what I did with my purple one, but it's the little. They're not tea lights, but they're the more tall, skinnier. Um, Hi Sarah. Hi Assad. Thank you for joining. Um, but um, they're more like the little intention candles, right? They're not very tall. They're not very wide, but uh, it I don't know what the best way to explain them. You are so welcome. And like I said, I know it's me getting over my vulnerability, but I want to share this. And a lot of people have been asking about it. My guides told me I'd end up sharing it anyway. So go with it, right? Okay. So, and of course, I burned my last one this morning, but they're the little intention candles. And so what she advised us to do is you take a white candle and you take a black candle. Um, oh, it's my Ganesha. It's my tapestry. Um, Ganesha has been like, he finds his way into my life all the time. I have elephants kind of hidden everywhere, but he's my favorite tapestry. I love him and I keep him close to me. Um, so okay, so you take a white and a black candle. Okay, you don't want anything too big because the ritual will take freaking forever. But use the intention candles, right? Let me see if I can find a picture of what I'm talking about real quick. Um, all right. You want the ones. Oh goodness. Let me bring my brightness down a little bit. Okay. Can y'all see that? Okay. So this is what I'm talking about. An intention candle like that. Not one that's very big, not one's very wide, just a normal intention candle. Okay. So you take a white one and you take a black one. Now you inscribe your name, and it doesn't really matter. She just said, put your name on the white one, put his on the black. It's not meaning any ill will. It's just the difference between the souls, right? So, um, oh yeah, yeah, definitely spiritual. So, okay, so you take the white candle and you take the black candle. You inscribe your name on the white candle and you inscribe their name on the black candle. Now, then what you're going to do is you tie a piece of thread cord. I use hemp string, and I just happen to have one that's red, and it was really calling to me, so I used the red cord, also symbolizing the red thread that from Chinese culture that connects to people. So I use the red hemp, and you tie it around the base of each candle, and you put them like you want it to have a little. I used too much, like they were on complete opposites ends of the table, which is totally cool. It doesn't really matter. You just want to make sure that they have enough string in between, so then when you move them apart, that it has enough space and that it's taut, right? So you tie the string to each in the bottom of the candle at the base, right? and you push them two together in the middle of a table. Now, I wrote an intention letter, like an intention letter to release us from any attachments to each other, um, to be able to live our lives out freely without affecting one another, to be whole in our hearts and clear in our minds, like just sending as much love and light as possible and releasing each other from one another's energy, like taking mine back from him, giving his back, like that kind of intention. Okay, I wanted to make sure all my bases were covered. So I light both of the candles in the middle of the table, so you make sure that they're both close, right? So I'm just going to use this. Sorry, I know this is stupid, but have the two candles together, right? You light both, say your intention out loud, and then after you get done saying your intention, you're going to slowly start moving them away from each other. And this creates distance between your energies, right? So then once that string in the middle gets taut, like you want it tight as possible, okay? You don't want it slack where there's a bunch of loose string. So once it gets to the end of that line, right, then you take a pair of scissors and you say, I now release any and all attachments in all directions of time, so it be. And then you cut the cord. Now the trick is you have to let the candles burn all the way down. Once you set that intention and you start the ritual, you need to be there until it finishes, okay? So now the other trick with that is most of the time with these candles that I've ever used, I've never had anything left over. They usually burn straight down the middle. There's nothing left. Well, she told me if you do happen to have any wax left, you need to get rid of it. Bury yours or keep it close. Get rid of his. Get it away. And, you know, whoever your person is that you're trying to cut the cords with, make sure that you get it away from you, okay? Whether you have to, she said she threw hers across the street in a ditch. I personally had my friend take it on the other side of town and throw it off a bridge. Like I want it as far away as possible. So once you do that and you let the candles burn down, which my experience with that was pretty intense because his started oohing like tar. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it. The sage was burning so deep and so heavy. Oh yeah, off the bridge. I'm not lying. I have video of it. I took pictures. She FaceTimed me when she did it, and that's why I love my friends. Um, I call it an intention candle. Um, they're they're about yay big, and they're about that round. They're pretty small. So once you do that, like you make sure that the candles burn all the way down, get rid of any remnants. And I'm telling y'all, like, this sage was burning crazy. I hope I can show you these pictures. If not, I will post them to Facebook, so y'all might want to look if y'all can't see this. But there were faces, like straight demonic shit coming of out of this smoke. Um, there was one that, yeah, so this one, and I don't know if y'all can see this. Let's see if I could get it to, of course it's not blowing that. But let me see if I can, okay. So can y'all see this in this corner? See the 3 spikes here? Looks like a pitchfork. And then look in this corner. Like, straight demonic shit. I mean, and it doesn't surprise me that his took longer to burn, but let me see if I can find a picture of what it was actually doing. because they were sending me all kinds of pictures this morning. Um, but this is kind of what it looked like when it was burning down. Okay, so you can see the black wax. I had to put it on the intention paper. Um, yes. Okay. So even though there was nothing left in this candle holder, it was still burning for like 15 minutes. I had to go in and be like, your energy is no longer wanted. It is no longer needed. I release you. I release you. I release you. I wish you the best, but you have to let go. You have to let go. And it took me 15 minutes of praying that he would let go in order for that candle to actually go out. Like there was nothing left. There was nothing to burn, and it kept burning. In every picture that they sent me, I could see faces and distorted images, and it was so weird. Um, but I can tell you, as soon as the ritual was actually over, I felt better. And then we're like, we started asking the pendulum, you know, is the ritual working? And they're like, well, it's not done, so come back. And we're like, okay. And then I started looking at the pictures, and I was like, why does it look so evil? So it started to concern me, like, is, and I had my suspicions before, but not on this level. Like, it actually scared me for him. And because no matter what he's done to me, I still, like, I care about that man, and I always will. There's 20 years of friendship there. That's not going to go away from me. But it did. It worried me. And so I asked, does he have any negative attachments? And he does. And I was like, is it released? And the ritual wasn't done. So we have to do everything. So now that everything's over, we got rid of the remnants. There's nothing left, except for me to bury my little tiny portion. I got a little bit of wax. And, but yeah, that was basically it. And I woke up this morning feeling completely extra, like extra Jess. So I've done how many videos today? 5. And I've been sick all week. Like, y'all can start to hear it. So I'm going to hop off in a minute. But yeah, that's the basics of it. Take the 2 candles, white and black, light them both after you inscribe both of your names on it. Make sure the cord is taut when you pull them away from each other, and then cut the cords. But make sure you're setting that positive intention, okay? Absolutely no ill will, because it will come back. Only wish them the best, and that any and all energy is released. All attachments are released, and I definitely did call in all my light beings, and especially Archangel Michael, to help me through the process and to help protect us while we're doing the ritual. So, and I'm glad I did, because that what was coming out in in that smoke was it was pretty scary. So yeah, they're very easy to find, and yeah, so as long as you have the white and the black, you're good. Inscribe the names on them, light them both at the same time, say your intention, and then move them away, cut it, let it burn down, get rid of the other person's, keep yours, bury it, whatever. If there's anything left. If not, then great. But so you also have to be careful of that, because mine didn't. So on my end, it kind of bubbled over the string and then just kind of went down, and we were able to pull it out. It didn't burn. But his was so tarry and pooling over that it actually melted into the string. So it did end up catching on fire. And I think that's why it took so long to burn out, because it was holding on to that red cord. Like, it would not let go. So all of that stuff that was down in the bottom of the candle holder, it was just going for like 15 minutes, even though there was nothing left. There was nothing to burn, and it was just a straight flame coming out the bottom. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, that's my experience, and I feel 100 times better. I hope that you get some help out of this, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Um, yeah, and it's so funny because she actually told me that that's the reason she did hers too, because she was so connected to her ex. Like, we know, like, I can be on the other side of town and know when he's thinking about me. I know when I'm within a certain amount of room of him. I can be 3 miles down the road and know that I'm getting close. Like, it's not a good feeling. So I had to release that because it was physically affecting me, and mentally, emotionally, like, it was bad. And I think it's because of the attachments he's holding on to. So, but she told me that her ex knew as soon as she cut the cord. Like, he called her and was like, "What'd you do? You did something." So, if you are having a hard time, no matter how much you've tried to cut the cords, this is a good ritual and a very easy ritual for you to do. But just make sure that you are being easy, okay? Only love and light. Do not put any ill intentions out there, and just make sure that you're being very clear of what you are trying to release, okay? So again, if you have any questions, just let me know. Email me at whispersofgrace1016@gmail.com. I'll be glad to answer any questions about my personal experience or the ritual at hand. And, just make sure that you're taking care of yourselves and taking care of the other people, because even though it's not necessarily their fault that y'all are connected either, yeah, sometimes the intentions just don't work, and we have to go to the next level. And that's why I was saying I'm willing to try anything. Um, so we can only see. It might, I don't know what's going to happen the next time I have to see him or talk to him, but I'm hoping that I can be just like I am right now and being comfortable in myself, that his energy doesn't affect me in that way because there's no more attachments. And I believe that. I can feel it in my heart. Even when I try to think about him, it's very cloudy. I don't even see it very clearly anymore. It's almost like there's this shade over it. So it's like not letting him in, and I'm perfectly okay with that. So take take it for what it's worth, and I hope that this video can help anyone who sees it. And yeah, that's what I said too. I'm willing to try anything, and I feel it. I feel it. I feel good, and I feel excited, and I've had more energy today to do my readings than I have in months. So it just shows how much they can be sucking out of you and you not even know it. So release those attachments. Feel free, my friends, and I love you. Until next time, I will talk to you soon. Bye.